Hi guys, today in this video I'll be demonstrating how to build reusable transformations and Mapplet. Then we'll be using these reusable components in one of our mapping. At the end of the session I'll be showing some of the useful tips for your mapping development. Just like any procedural language, Informatica also gives some capability for making your code reusable. Once you make your code reusable, this code can be used in multiple mappings. And if you make a change in your reusable transformation or Mapplet, that's going to be affecting or changing in all the places where it is used. So the reusable transformation is really powerful. It can make your coding very strong and easy to maintain. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and create the reusable transformation. For that, go to tools and transformation developer. Here we are going to build a reusable expression which is going to trim spaces from a string column. Okay, for that go to transformation and create an expression. Open the transformation and go to port, create two new port. One is going to be an input port and the other one is going to be output port. Okay, I'm going to give the name of the port and I'm going to give the expression to trim the spaces. Apply. Okay, you can see that the transformation has been created and it's available in the repository navigator. Okay, so now here we have created the reusable expression transformation which takes a string and gives a string after removing the spaces from it. Mapplet is a reusable component which combines multiple transformations together and build a business logic. Once you have this Mapplet created, you can use this Mapplet in multiple mappings. Let's see what's the basic structure of a Mapplet. From this slide, you can see that it will always have a transformation called Mapplet input. Then we will have a transformation called Mapplet output. In between, you can see that there are multiple transformations combined together to build the business logic. Okay. Now let's go ahead and create the Mapplet. For that, go to the Functional Designer and go to Mapplet Designer. Here I'm going to create a Mapplet which takes item number, item name, quantity and price. Then it's going to generate the sales per item name. Okay, as a first step, let's go to Mapplet and create. The Mapplet has been created in the repository navigator, and in the first step I'll be creating the Mapplet input transformation. Go to transformation, create, open the Mapplet input transformation, go to the port and give the name of the port. Okay, I have given the input port names, and if you notice here we do not have the data type and all the ports are defined as output ports. Click on apply and OK. As the next step, I am going to create the expression transformation to create the sales. The next step will be to create the aggregator to find the total sales. So now I have created the sales and find out the total sales per item. The last step is going to create the Mapplet output transformation. Now we can pull all the three columns from the aggregator to the Mapplet output. Do I arrange all? So with that we have created a Mapplet which takes 4 columns: item number, item name, quantity and price, and it's going to generate the sales per item. Okay, go to Mapplet and do a validate. We can see from here the output window. Okay, do a save. Now I'm going to create a mapping which uses these two reusable components. Okay, here I'm going to create a mapping which reads data from the orders table and generates the sales per item. Okay, I'm going to create the mapping, pull the orders table. Now I'm going to use the reusable expression to trim the spaces from item name. Drag the reusable transformation from the repository navigator. Okay, and map the item name from the source qualifier to the expression transformation. Okay, now I need to pull the Mapplet, which finds out the sales per item from the repository navigator to the workspace. Now connect the item number from the source qualifier, then the item name from the expression transformation, then the quantity and sales from the source qualifier. Here in the Mapplet transformation, you can see the input is going to be item number, item name, quantity and price, and the outputs are going to be item number, item name and the sales per item. Okay, if you open the Mapplet transformation, there is not any properties which we can change here. Okay, if you need to change any of the properties or any of the logic we applied, we should go back to the Mapplet designer and make the changes. In the same way, if you go to the reusable transformation and if you see the properties, we cannot make changes in any of the properties. And if you need to make the changes, you should go to the transformation developer and make the changes. Okay, as the last step in the mapping, I'm going to pull the target and connect from the Mapplet. Do a right click and arrange all. Here you can see that I have read data from the orders table. Then I use the reusable expression transformation to trim the spaces. Then I'm using the Mapplet to build the sales per item. Okay, then it is loaded to the sales item table. Do a validate and save. As the next step, I have created the session task and workflow. If you go to the session properties and go to mapping, here you can clearly see the transformation which is part of the Mapplet. Okay, and there is not any special properties to be given here, so I'm going to do a cancel and I'm going to run the workflow. Okay, in the workflow monitor you can see that the workflow execution has started and succeeded, and you can see here it has read 20 records and written 11 records after doing the summarization. Okay, it's time for the mapping development tips. After you build your mapping, you might see that one of your columns has a wrong data type. To fix that, you might have to go to each transformation and fix the data type, but there is an easy way for that. Here in this example, I found that the quantity column has to be a integer column, so what I'm going to do is open this expression and change the data type to integer. Apply. Okay, so now I'm going to do a right click on that column, then it's going to pop me up with a option to propagate attribute. Click on that. Now it's going to give me some option to propagate the name, data type, precision, scale and the description of the column towards the forward, backward or both. Okay, I need to change the data type for all the columns from all the transformations, so I'm going to choose the both option. Okay, and if I click on the preview option, it's going to show me what are the columns going to be changed by propagating the attributes. So here you can see that it's going to change in the source qualifier and it's going to get changed in the aggregator transformation. So I'm going to click on propagate. Okay, the same thing you can see that here in the output window. Okay, in a very large mapping, it may not be easy for you to understand what's the transformation you are using in one particular column. For that, there's an easy method. What you can do is like go to the column in which you want to see the transformation logic, do a right click on that column and go to the select path and click on backwards. Okay, here you can see that there are a couple of columns are highlighted in the red, and if you trace back you can see that's a column which we use to derive the total price. Okay, that's all guys for this video. Please let me know your feedback and questions on this video. In my next session I'll be covering about the normalized transformation. Please go to my Facebook page. You'll be able to get the instruction for completing this training session. There you'll be able to get a history of training session, training manual, and much more information just for the fun. Thank you guys. See you again for the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.